Hey, hey, it's Sunday, the 20th of August, and I'm just gonna, as I say, I do these videos, even though through Monday and through Friday, and for the longest, I kind of try to just do a video. I do them as I feel them, and so it's Sunday, and so this is what's up. Didn't sleep that good last night. Okay, it's about 10 now, but wanted to share some more thoughts. Also, I'm in touch with my family out in California. Watching, hoping that this Hurricane Hillary, drops down and everyone is safe and no cataclysms. So I'm in touch with them as we speak. Hope they'll be okay. Hope you all, wherever you are, will be okay. Because the weather is a challenge these days. It's not the old normal at all. It's not. Take care. I really appreciate the feedback, folks, and thank you very much for the positive reflection, of what's coming out of me. I wanted to share that part of what's going on with me regarding always trying to have a message with what I do comes from my childhood. It comes from being inspired first by my grandfather on my mom's side, who was a Baptist minister and a very, very good one. He was truly ethical and was not a backdoor man. That was before he became a minister. He used to be a blues singer and everything that goes along with that. When he put it behind him, he really did. So as a kid, he was a true role model for me. And I lived with him for a while. When our family was on really hard times, they sent me to live with the grandparents to help ease the financial strain. And that was a wonderful time. I was about 12 years old at that time. But the other person that inspired me strongly, and has a lot to do with what I'm doing when I share my thoughts on values, is Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King had a stunning impact on me as a kid. When I saw what he was trying to do, I understood it even as a child, what he was trying to do. And then when I saw when he was murdered, for all intents and purposes, from my perspective, he was murdered by the United States. He was murdered by white privilege. He was murdered by not the deep state, but the state itself, basically saying we can't have black people rising up, and this man is being much too effective with his message. We can't have this. He's got to go. When that happened, I changed direction, because for a while I was going to be a minister. And it didn't completely go away, because in high school, when I ended up at a Catholic high school for boys, that had another profound impact on me. And I tried to go that route again, but this time through studying and checking out the Catholicism. It was unique to me, but the more that I learned, it's like, oh, I'm getting the hell out of here. But that has a lot to do with why my focus when I talk about life is like that. It was like, what was Martin Luther King really trying to do? He was just reporting as clearly as he could on events and trying to send a message that would somehow evoke change in people. That's the inspiration and that's what that's the lasting legacy for me of Martin Luther King. And it's like, so that is what, if there's the least I can do is to do that with a message. I could be so negative. I could be so selfish with my energy. I could, like many politicians and rich world leaders and just rich people in general. I understand it. Once you get a certain amount of stack, then you start thinking about, how do I keep it and how do I protect it, and perspectives change. Frankly, I'm glad that I'm not fascinated by money and wanting it. It's a tool. I'm at poverty level, but I feel like a damn king. Rich with what really matters, which is love, self-love, and love and acceptance from my fellow human beings, for the most part. So that's really what the deal is. I think it's important to lend a voice to trying to clear up this mess, instead of just getting mine, me, more. People get money and they change. They do. I just wanted to say that. So, quick review of this Donald Byrd. So, I didn't read the back, but the talk about the album is that it was Donald Byrd chasing Electric Miles. There's a hint of that, but it's Donald Byrd. When I showed it in the Jazz Fusion group, I had a couple folks speaking up, downplaying it, saying that they thought it was just imitating Miles and that ain't cool. And it's like, I said to the person, well, I know I'm not in a position to tell an artist what he can or cannot do. The other part that I didn't write was, who the hell are you? And what can you do? I feel that personally, as a person who makes music. It's like, come along and criticize someone and say, this is not that good. And my first thought is, well, what the fuck can you do? Can you do better? Really? Do you know better than the artist? There are those rare occasions when that's the case. And then for example, when it comes to people who help, like in production, like I'll give props to Rick Rubin. He is an example of a person who knows jack shit about the workings of the studio, but he trusts his intuition and his taste, and he's helped a lot of artists. He's helped people make some great records. I recognize that. I do. So mainly a quick hello. Richard from Fourth Dimension, if you happen to see this arrived in the mail. I haven't played it yet because I want to get ready for it, because your stuff, what you do is on a particular track, it's an intense track, and my appreciation for the label has grown over the years. It's come into much greater focus to me what the trajectory of this artistry is, and it is not you support people who do exactly what they want to do and express exactly what they're expressing, which can be a challenge for the listener, but that's good. So I plan to check that out today. I'm expecting a visit from Blake today. It's his birthday. And so it's not uncommon for Blake to say, I'll be by, and then he'll just get lost. If you see this, Blake, you know what I'm saying. From my perspective, that's what it looks like. You'll start one place and get caught up, and then you'll be off not where you intended to be, and I don't see him. When this first started to happen, it pissed me off. as I got to get to know Blake and to understand the chaos. Because, again, the thing I find about really good musicians is that, you observe them and you see the part of them that is not mainstream, commercial, normal. People that have creative tendencies have all sorts of things going on up here and here. That's where a lot of the amazing uniqueness of people's creativity comes from. Not from being just a mundane, normal, simpleton kind of person. So I hope Blake comes through. I'd like to see him today, especially since it's his birthday. I think he will show up. Whew. Okay. All right. So for the sake of being consistent, let me do a pull. Let me see what comes up, okay? I'm looking over here and I know what's over here. And yet at the same time, let me just do a pull, okay? I grabbed a couple. What did we get? Nice. Syd Arthur. They're literally from Canterbury. Some of the guys. This is the last album they put out, Apricity. I'm wondering what the deal is. That's been a few years now, and nothing. I see that Raven Bush, who's part of this group, participated in the London Brews sessions, which just came out, but nothing from the band. I got the limited edition. I sought it out because this is my favorite color. This is a good album. It flirts with being progressive, but it's actually quite listenable. And there's a bluesiness to this, which is nothing unusual. But for their youthfulness, the bluesy aspect sounds pretty damned grounded. I really like this band. I got to see them. I've shared this before, but I got to see them. Yeah, open for Sean Lennon. Got to meet Sean as well as the band. For some reason, really vibed with Raven Bush, and he befriended me. Now check this out. This is real. I've shared this before. So I heard from Raven Bush months later. I don't know if it was a year or so. And he let me know, hey, Dereck, we're getting ready to go out opening for Yes. And we're not coming to Omaha, but, we're coming to Kansas City, if you get down that way, let me know. I'll put you on the guest list. That blew me away. So I went ahead and went to the show. Got to go see Yes for free before Chris Squire passed away. As a deep observer of people, I could see him struggling health-wise by the end of the night. He made it through the show, but barely. Then afterwards, I had the opportunity to hang out, and I did hang out with Syd Arthur, but I couldn't hang out with Yes because they said, well, we don't get to hang out with Yes because when they're done with the show, they all go back to the bus, to the hotel, and they go to bed, like right away. And I know he wasn't lying because those guys are like me, older. So the other one was their first album, Sound Mirror, which, as you see, I got it autographed by the band. Really like these young people, and they're good players. If you haven't heard this, I recommend it. Pretty cool. They count, Sound Mirror, these devices from war times over in Europe to catch the sound of approaching planes and other stuff, to send it out so that people could hear. Warning, warning. So that's all I have this morning. Hope everyone does okay. Really hope that this Hillary hurricane drop on down now. Don't hurt my people. You know, hopefully things will be all right. Hopefully things will be all right. Okay, people. It's like I'm thinking, what else? What else? That's enough. Take care.